So where do we apply for this license to kill?
Am I to be your target for tonight?
Well, not necessarily.
Welcome to WatchMojo's Top 5 Myths, this series that finds the biggest myths that people actually believe and dispels them one by one. In today's installment, we'll be counting down the top 5 assassination myths. While James Bond may have popularised the concept of killing without consequence, real MI6 agents have clarified that they have no such permission or right. Sadly, as you'll soon discover, the real world of contract killing and assassination is nowhere near as romantic or glamorous as the films have made it out to be.
Call it professional courtesy.
Myth number 5, the Hollywood Hitman is the real deal. John Wick, Agent 47, Jules Winnfield and Vincent Vega, dressed in a suit and tie and delivering those one-liners, they make contract killing look cool. In reality, however, the average contract killer isn't nearly as charismatic. According to David Wilson, professor of criminology, his recent study of UK contract killers revealed that the typical hitman is more of an average Joe. They're often simply desperate individuals, and apart from those at the highest level of the profession, they're far from masters of the trade, more likely to be caught or killed than become a legendary master assassin.
Ah! Assassin!
Myth number 4, pretty much everything about ninjas. Alright, so the modern contract killer is a bit of a disappointment, but surely these assassins of legend come as advertised. Well, sadly no. These agents from feudal Japan were masters of espionage and infiltration, but much of what we identify with ninjas nowadays is gross exaggeration and romanticized ideals. They're always depicted in all black, but they dressed for the occasion, which more often than not meant disguising themselves as farmers or other common folk.
Ninjas. Top secret, Bolsan. This is my ninja training school.
While they did carry out assassinations from time to time, they were primarily used for collecting information. The sword typically wielded by ninjas in films, the ninjato, has no historical reference before the 1960s and was likely projected on them retroactively. Myth number 3, hits go down in private places. In films dealing with assassins, the killings always involve some sort of elaborate infiltration into the world of the target. Gangsters are killed in private clubs, politicians are killed in hotel rooms, and so on. But according to Professor Wilson, that's another Hollywood fabrication. Think about it. Why would a contract killer make their lives any more difficult than it has to be? Based on his research, more often than not, a hit goes down in an unremarkable place at an unremarkable time. In other words, they happen when the target would least expect it. His examples include when the victim is leaving the gym or grocery store or just walking the dog. And for whatever reason, Tuesday is the most popular day for assassinations.
No! No, I belong!
Myth number 2, they use a wide variety of methods.
I had to shoot an assassin with a harpoon last week. I think he got the point.
There's plenty of inventive ways to kill a person. You need look no further than the 1960s Batman series starring Adam West for inspiration. But as we discussed in the previous entry, when trying to get away with murder, it's best to keep things simple, and any good contract killer knows it. While piano wire, poison, and cutting off the brakes of a car might make things more interesting, a contract killer isn't looking for a challenge, they're looking for a payday. And the quickest way to take a life is with a bullet. Sure, Richard the Iceman Kuklinski famously used anything from guns to an ice pick, but he's more the exception than the rule. Myth number 1, hitmen always cost a small fortune.
Oh, come on.
Or better yet, what if it's a real thing? He charges so much money we can't afford it, he gets pissed off, kills us.
We've all heard the sort of rates charged by Hollywood hitmen. Deadshot gets $1 million for a hit, twice that if you stiff him. In Smokin Aces, the hit put on Buddy Israel is also $1 million, and John Wick has a whopping $2 million bounty on his head. As a moviegoer, you'd be forgiven for thinking that hiring a killer is a luxury only the rich can afford, but the real payouts are much more reasonable and sometimes downright depressing. According to a 2002 study by the Australian Institute of Criminology, the going rate was under $15,000 per head, while Professor Wilson's UK study uncovered payouts as high as $125,000, sometimes hits paid as little as $250. So which of these myths did you believe? Check out these other great clips from WatchMojo and subscribe for new videos every day.